So people who don't know what the Hong Kong style was before now, customization really wasn't their thing.
Well, Hong Kong has had a few interesting phases, and that's true insofar as designer labels
Right.
have just dominated Hong Kong. They still do in a way. You go to Hong Kong, it's a place full of shopping malls, and every big international label is all over the place. And at the same time, Hong Kong has a really strong tradition of tailor shops and making bespoke suiting. And the problem is, though, that some of these tailor shops are really struggling to adapt with the times, and you're getting the same sort of old boxy suit you would have gotten 30 years ago, and the guy making it for you is in his 70s, and all these sort of things. But what we're seeing now, and what I wrote this article about, is this sort of younger wave of shops and tailor shops that are turning out bespoke stuff for stylish.
So you're getting
Customers.
these bespoke custom suits, which is a little bit redundant because bespoke, of course, is custom, but you're getting them at a lower price. So they're doing it faster. Walk us through what some of the prices are of these suits and sort of how they're doing this turnaround so quickly.
Sure. Well, again, the sort of classic cheapo Hong Kong suit would be as low as $200 or $300, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about a bit of a step up, a real sort of finely made suit, and they're taking a few weeks to make it for you. On Savile Row, I would, in some of the sort of finer European places, you'd be talking like, you'd start around $3,500, $4,000. These are starting around low thousand range in US dollars. So you can get a really nicely made suit made just for you, and you're starting around $1,200.
And so are the styles sort of still very traditional in the coloring, or are they branching out in terms of fabrics and textures and colors in a way that we haven't seen before?
Well, both. I think Hong Kong is in many ways a conservative town. It's got a big banking and sort of finance industry culture. So these tailor shops will do that straight up navy blue suit for you. At the same time, it's young guys doing them, and they've got all kinds of interesting fabrics and patterns and whatnot. And because of the proximity to Japan, a lot of the textiles are actually coming from Japan. So you're going to see some really cool stuff there that you may not even find in New York or London.
Now, you mentioned that you need to be careful not to sort of get ripped off. What are some of the things that people need to watch out for when they're doing this?
Well, don't get anything from someone who comes up to you in the street is sort of the old logic, because there are parts of Hong Kong, more on the Kowloon side, which has this history of kind of rip-off tailoring, and
Right.
the prices are too good to be true, and you end up getting a suit that you ultimately just throw out. So that's one tip. I mean, the other tip is to go to the 3 places I mentioned in the article. The Armory is a great shop. Mustache is a great shop, and Ascot Chang, which has been around for a while, known more as a shirt maker, is great. I want to point out, Japan is bringing in fabrics, but largely we're talking about suiting fabrics
Right.
here from Italy and from the UK, which
Gotcha.
are two of the sort of traditional providers of the wool and some of the other fabrics you make suits out of.
It'll be interesting to see if the next generation of tailors will actually want to be doing this. I mean, that's going to be a struggle.